Two young women set out for what should have been an ordinary afternoon hike in paradise. They were smiling, taking photos, and enjoying the breathtaking scenery. Nothing about that day suggested danger. But within hours, they would vanish into the Panamanian jungle, and what investigators would later discover would transform a simple missing persons case into one of the most disturbing mysteries of the modern era. A backpack. Inside were 2 phones, a camera, and personal belongings. And hidden within that camera were photographs that would raise far more questions than answers. More than a decade later, nobody can say with certainty what really happened. This is the haunting mystery of Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon. The Dream Vacation. In April of 2014, 21-year-old Kris Kremers and 22-year-old Lisanne Froon left their home in the Netherlands for what was supposed to be the adventure of a lifetime. They arrived in Boquete, Panama, hoping to learn Spanish, volunteer with local children, and experience a new culture. Friends and family described them as intelligent, responsible, and full of life. They had their whole futures ahead of them. Nothing suggested that this trip would become one of the world's most infamous unsolved mysteries. The last known day. On April 1st, the 2 women decided to hike the famous El Pianista Trail. It was a popular route used by both tourists and locals. Witnesses later recalled seeing the pair heading toward the trail entrance. Photos recovered from their camera showed them laughing, smiling, and enjoying the hike. The weather was beautiful, and everything seemed completely normal. There was no sign of fear, and no indication that anything was wrong. But those photographs would soon become the last known images of them alive. Somewhere beyond that final picture, something happened. Something goes wrong. The last daytime photograph was taken shortly after 1 in the afternoon. After that, the trail stretched into remote wilderness. At 4:39 p.m., one of the women attempted to call emergency services, but the call failed. Minutes later, another attempt was made. It failed as well. Over the following days, their phones repeatedly tried to contact emergency numbers. Sometimes only one phone was active, sometimes both. As the batteries slowly drained, the emergency attempts became less frequent. Then investigators discovered something even stranger. Several days after the disappearance, incorrect PIN codes were entered into Kris's phone. Who was trying to unlock it? Was one of the women desperately struggling to survive? Had one of them already died? Or was someone else holding the device? No one knows. The search begins when Kris and Lisanne failed to return. Alarm bells began to ring. Search teams were assembled, and volunteers, local guides, rescue dogs, helicopters, and investigators launched a massive operation. They searched mountains, rivers, and dense jungle. Every day that passed reduced the chances of finding the women alive. Yet despite extensive efforts, there was nothing. No footprints, no clothing, no signs of struggle. It was almost as if they had simply vanished. Then, months later, everything changed. The backpack. A local woman discovered a blue backpack near a riverbank. Its location immediately raised questions. Inside, investigators found sunglasses, cash, passports, 2 bras, and both women's phones. Most surprisingly, everything inside appeared remarkably clean and intact, almost as though the backpack had been carefully placed there. But it was the camera inside that would reveal the most disturbing clue of all. The night photos investigators recovered hundreds of images. Most showed the women happily enjoying their hike. Then came something nobody expected. During the early hours of April 8th, more than 90 photographs were taken over several hours. Almost all of them were captured in complete darkness. Some showed rocks, tree branches, and strange shapes hidden in the night. One image appeared to show the back of Kris's head. Another seemed to show sticks and plastic bags arranged on top of rocks. Some researchers believe these may have been distress signals. Others think the flash was being used as a light source. But one question remains. Why would someone take dozens of photographs into the darkness? What were they trying to see? Or perhaps, what were they trying to capture? To this day, nobody has been able to provide a definitive answer. The grim discovery. Weeks later, human remains were discovered along the river. Some belonged to Kris, while others belonged to Lisanne. The condition of the remains sparked endless debate. Authorities concluded that the most likely explanation was a tragic accident. Perhaps they became lost. Perhaps they fell while trying to find their way back. But not everyone was convinced. Some investigators and researchers questioned certain details. Could foul play really be ruled out? Did the women encounter someone in the jungle? Was there another person involved? Or did the unforgiving wilderness alone claim their lives? A mystery that refuses to die. More than 10 years later, the disappearance of Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon continues to fascinate investigators and internet sleuths around the world. The failed emergency calls, the mysterious backpack, the strange nighttime photographs, the scattered remains. Every clue seems to answer one question while creating 10 more. Perhaps the truth was lost forever deep within the Panamanian jungle. Or perhaps it remains hidden, waiting to be discovered. Whatever happened on that mountain in April 2014, only 2 people ever knew the full story, and they never came home. What do you think happened to Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon? Was it a tragic accident? Or is there something much darker, hiding behind one of history's most chilling, unsolved mysteries? Let me know your theory in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more true crime and unsolved mystery stories.